Hi guys, welcome to my 21 day challenge. 20 wow. Hi guys, welcome to my 31 day challenge and welcome to my day 21. Uh yeah, today today long story short, I woke up. I was so the time was like 9:30, 10. Uh I hadn't really slept much last night, so I was asleep. I was waking up at 9:30, 10. I was gonna record and then I was gonna put my video out, but I blinked and now it's like basically 1 a.m. and I'm waking up and I'm like, oh no, oh no. It's really frustrating, like, because how did but yeah. Today is supposed to be day 21 and I am running a good 3 hours late behind schedule today when I should normally have already posted by now. So I'm sorry guys, forgive me for the bad day, for the for oversleeping, you know what I mean? I overslept and half of me is like, I'm only human, like it's allowed. But the other half of me is like, nah, but that mentality kind of leads to complacency because then if I don't take it seriously, then I'll just do it again and again and it just loses its meaning. Because, half of the reason I'm doing this journey is so that I can work on my consistency, my discipline, my just doing what I say I'll do and sticking to it. So like I said, I'll do a video every day. And that's why, you know, it's annoying. There's loads of reasons why it's annoying. But you know what? Either way, I'm choosing to take the positive note, which is that, I'm here. I've woke up late, but I'm not going to let that deter me from doing today's video. I'm going to get today's video done, even though I'm literally just coming out of bed. And I probably look awful, but, such is life. Such is life. So, yesterday I finished on a bit of a cliffhanger because I was going to talk about my clothing brand. I was gonna talk about a young Shekinah. It was what was it? Life lesson time. It was a young mogul Shay story time. So young mogul Shay with his best friend, they're messing around with some stuff and they basically end up with a clothing brand. Right? We own a brand. Like, honestly speaking, like, God has just opened certain doors and things have just worked out certain ways where the brands basically fell onto like our laps, sort of thing. Like, we didn't really have to do all the initial work of building brand, finding suppliers, like the usual, everything you would have to do to build a brand had already been done because of just the circumstances. So we just had to literally just push the work. It was really sad because, at the time, I remember believing wholeheartedly, like, we will 100% be able to get this brand, sell a couple of items, prove that we can do it, and then go back to the investor and he'll be like, he'll cut the check. He'll cut the check. That was the mentality. So, we go, me and him we went down to some place down south, I think. Was it south? Yeah, it was just somewhere quay, just one of those remote areas because that's where the investor lived. So we went to see the investor. We stayed down in one of these like nice like remote areas in England. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. There's like, I've always lived in cities, so I'm not really good at like towns and villages, but it was one of those small places where it's like it's discreet, it's like countryside, so it's like living space and all of that, like. But anyway, me and my friend, we went and we saw to see the investor, right? So we're staying over in this beautiful place, and the next day comes and we do the pitch. We meet with the investor, we do the pitch, and we basically explain it to him like, this is what we want to do, this is our idea, this is the brand we want, this is why we think we're the right people for it. No, this is because basically we kind of ended up inheriting a pre-made brand, like I said. So we only had to really get rid of the existing stock and then come up with the next stock that we wanted. And it was literally almost like plug and play in the fact that the investor was there, the brand was there, we had our first, like the merch for the first drop, everything was there. So we go, we make this pitch, we tell them like, this is what we do, this is who we are, this is why we think we'll be good at this. And it goes well, guys, it goes really well, you know, like, long story short, I end up leaving with the phone number for the, long story short, we come up with a deal in it and we come up to an agreement, and the agreement was, you guys take this many products now and you turn it over, make a profit, then come back to me, and if you guys can prove that, you know, you can do that and be reliable with that, then, you know, literally like I'll be on board as your full-time investor. And that would have been covering, you know, supply. It would have covered supply. So that would have literally sorted our getting materials, sending them to the factories, getting the stuff printed, having that stuff like sent to us, and finding some storage as well, and then, you know, postage and packaging sort of thing. Like it was all going to be covered, and we would just be running it essentially. And what did he want? I think he wanted a percentage of the company, but the percentage, like, as I said, because it wasn't a full zero to ground coming up concept, like we didn't have to sit there and think of a reason. Oh my goodness, this is what happens when you just wake up. No, we didn't have to sit there and think of the brand. We didn't have to sit there and come up with it and, you know, develop it. So the idea of the investor wanting to have like a percentage of the company to us at the time didn't seem as bad, because it was like, you know what, if you're going to be basically paying for everything in production, in post-cost, in pre-cost, like in pre-production, and the brand terms and stuff I'm not really good at anymore, but yeah, it's like, if you're going to pay for everything basically to get the product out, then we're more than happy to kind of give, like, let's say 15, 20, 25%. This is the negotiation we would have been into if we would have got through the first stage of, you know, of the job. So, you know, we leave anyway, we've got the products, we take them back to Liverpool, feeling so happy with ourselves, like, because at this age you've never had these types of conversations before, you've never been in these positions. So a little piece of you is fake it till you make it. A little piece of you is like, if I pretend that I know what I'm talking about and we go with it, you know, like, it's just gonna work as long as I have the right mentality, as long as we got the fortitude and the willpower, like, we'll be good. So that's kind of that was the mentality we had going in, you know. We thought this would be easy and we'll be able to do it. But during this time, we're in uni, bear in mind, you've got exams, you just got life, you're really like, everything is just on top of you, and you're trying to almost like, because really and truly, ideally in these situations you wouldn't be in uni, you would have finished like uni already, and those kind of pressures of uni wouldn't get in the way of the business. But in real life they did, you know. We went away, we told people about it. We had a few people on board, a few people was excited, and it was one of them things where, you know, it's like, I don't know if you saw that what I was wearing yesterday, but the stuff was proper, like, it was properly put together, it was proper good quality stuff. And we live in England, and the stuff was kind of built with that kind of concept of being in a cold place, which meant that, you know, it was nice stuff. Like, trust me, it's warm, it's comfy, like, it was good quality stuff. So yeah, I forgot what was I with that. Oh yeah, so yeah, we come back, we have the official launch date set up, everything's in the paperwork, and then what ends up happening is life, man, like, over, I think it was like over I think we had a time limit, which was probably, let's say, like 3 to 6 months, which is even too long. I think realistically, like, going back, if I go back now, what I would have done is, that would have been my first priority. Everything else gets dropped and we sell this, and you go all in, and after selling that, you turn it over, you get the next, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is the reason that the whole, wow, 10 minutes already. Yes, I really thought I was gonna struggle today because I've just woke up in it. Alright, let me turn off my alarm. It's like 10 minutes. Bye. But yeah, I thought I was gonna struggle today because I woke up, you know, near enough midnight. But yeah, as I was saying, the long story short is, we was two basically young kids, who almost bit off more than we could chew. We really did bite off more than we could chew, and I think almost it's this weird thing where like getting into the room was satisfying enough at that age. And I know how backwards that is because it's like, oh, so you were like on the tip of the money, but you never actually got to the money and you were satisfied. But it's like, you got to understand at this point, you're just a young kid, like you're just a young man, and you've just discovered like, oh wait, like I've just found a secret door to life. Like I found a way that they didn't tell me this way. They did tell me about this growing up, but like I didn't learn about, oh, you can go get investors and you can, you know, do whatever you like, whatever you're doing, as long as you have investors and they can support you. And that's another way of doing it. So it was just interesting perspective on life, and just like we were gassed. So we felt like we'd already accomplished by just being in this position because no one else our age was in this position, you know. And low key, we didn't put enough into it. We had our eggs in every basket, so to speak. Like we was doing media on this hand, we're studying electronics and electronic engineering on this hand, and on the other hand, we're trying to run a brand. Then we both wanted to play football as well because we're both athletes, so we're training it. Like it was just a lot. There was just so much that we wanted to do at that time that it all ended up spilling over, and basically we ended up losing the deal. I remember it's one of those ones where it's salty because it's like I can't be mad at the investor for his decision to not, you know, go all the way with us. And it's one of them things where I don't know how to explain it, guys. It's like, you know, when like it's almost like it's like this weird moment where time slows down, and you know when something's inevitable. That's it. You know, like say it's like the final moments before, I don't know, like you fall over or you hit the ground as you're falling. Like nothing you do in those milliseconds as time falls as you're going is gonna change anything. You know, like it's done. And it was one of those inevitable moments where like you're looking at life and you understand that you're going to lose this deal, and you understand there's nothing you can do about losing this deal, and you can't even be mad about losing this deal because you're not ready for this opportunity. And no matter how much you want to be ready, no matter how much you say you're ready, you were given your opportunity, you didn't take it, and there's no second chances. Like that's it. Like, hey, pull the plug. All right, cool. When you're ready to be serious, you can always call me. But then are you going to call someone like that? Are you going to call someone like that who's potentially an investor if you don't know that you're 100% this time going to get it right? Because you're not going to get a third phone call, you know what I mean? So, well, you can, but it's not going to be as easy to get the look the third time. So it's almost better to hold your hands up and say, you know what? This is who I am. This is what we wanted, and this was the dream and the vision. But at this time, we didn't have, we didn't have the capacity. And for that reason, I'd rather keep the relationship, but allow this deal, and when it makes sense, we'll come back through. And who knows, man, I might be able to actually have that going now that we're older and more serious. And it might be, if I could reopen that pathway, I guess I would. But yeah, the point was the lesson, which is hope isn't enough. It's not enough to want something. It's not enough to know that you'll try hard. You really have to be ready for stuff as well. You have to be ready for your opportunities. So yeah, that is the lesson behind that. Could have had a multi-billion-dollar clothing brand by now, but hey, life happens. It wasn't the right time. But yeah, hopefully that maybe inspires or teaches someone something. But yeah, sorry guys, I've gone over the time. Again, tomorrow I will record, well today, no, because it's after midnight, I'll record really early and it'll be out earlier Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming back, guys. My name's Shay, and you're watching my 31-day challenge. Love, peace, mwah, bye.